Hello, I've got a slightly different review for you today because the car I'm going to be reviewing owns this rather large wing mirror, and I'm going to be filming it using nothing besides this GoPro Hero 3 little camera. And the car I'm going to be reviewing is
the Ford F-150, the best-selling vehicle in the US. What an enormous beast it is, just look at it, it's huge! Inside it's reasonably plush though, with standard leather interior and limousine levels of space in the rear. Up front it's just as vast, in fact your passenger seems almost miles away. The dash design is pretty nice too, though the materials feel much cheaper than you get on European vehicles. Still, when it comes to carrying stuff, the F-150 is more like a commercial vehicle, as you can transport more than 700 kilograms of luggage in that huge load bed. Anyway, enough shaky camera work, time to mount this GoPro camera up and go for a drive.
I spent the past week driving this F-150 about, so it's given me plenty of time to appreciate its finer and its not so finer points. And I have to say that for horsing up and down the long, endless straight freeways, it's perfect. The seats are very comfy, it's got sufficient gadgets to keep you entertained, and you can just stick it in cruise and sit back and relax.
This F-150 is a pretty capable vehicle. You can run it in rear-wheel drive, electronically controlled four-wheel drive lock, or even low ratio. And with mud and snow tyres as standard, it can go almost anywhere. Dynamically though, it's a little bit flawed.
As with all pickups, the F-150 has pretty crude rear suspension. You've got a rigid axle, you've got leaf springs, and so when you're driving on a bumpy road, the ride can get a little bit choppy. Also, the way this thing goes around corners, it kind of makes a Range Rover feel as agile as a Lotus Elise. The steering doesn't help. You turn the wheel a bit, nothing happens. You turn it a bit more, nothing happens still. Then you turn it a little bit more, and all of a sudden it's pitching in and rolling about all over the place.
You can get the F-150 with a choice of two V8 or two V6 petrol engines. This one is a 3.5 litre V6 EcoBoost, which, while the smallest engine, is the second most powerful thanks to two turbochargers. It has 365 horsepower and 570 newton meters of torque, and that makes it quick, very quick.
I really like this EcoBoost engine, you know. It's smooth, it's reasonably quiet, it's got plenty of performance, and it can actually hurry this big truck along at quite a decent rate. The only problem I have with it is that it's called EcoBoost, because you can forget the eco. I'm getting 50 miles per gallon US, which is about 17 mpg in the UK, which isn't good.
Because our fuel in the US is about half the price what it is in England, that means this truck is costing me the same to run as a 1.6 litre hatchback would back home. The price of the vehicle itself isn't too bad either. This well-equipped King Ranch costs $45,000, which is about 30 grand to you and me. God bless America.
So then, what do I think of the Ford F-150? Well, for us Europeans, these kind of trucks seem absolutely ridiculous, and I'll admit that if I had one of these in the UK, I'd look like a complete nutter knob. But out here in America, where everything's supersized, it kind of makes sense, you know, and I think that if I lived out here, I wouldn't mind owning one of these. It's actually rather good.